Today, we are going to travel to a far, far away land, the land of Astoria, where the business savvy are hoping to make a fortune out of it. Let's take a look at all the components of the game. Here, we have the first player marker, which is the badass raccoon holding the light. Next, we have the board, where we will spend 90% of the time of our game. The top half of the map, we have the market. The market has all the commodities and its current live price. For right here on the market at the beginning of the game, all the commodities will start the lowest price. So the more you sell, the more the price will keep going down. So far we have 6 items total, and here we have the luxury, which is the wine and the good. The other items are wheat, wood, iron and coal. Next, we have the railroad card. Railroad card is basically set collection mechanism. The more cards that you have of the same type, the more victory points you earn. The victory points indicate at the bottom of the card. For each type, there are usually 4 cards. So basically, if you can get all the 4 cards, you earn the maximum victory points for that set, which is 15 victory points. After the railroad card, we will have the town card. The town card is the type of card that the player can purchase with commodities at the bottom left. The town cards give the player extra victory points at the end of the game. Last but not least, we have the building stack cards. The building cards provide the player extra power throughout the game. With these powers are more like permanent effect that only unique for the players who own the cards. For instance, we have the smuggler right here. It can include the total hands on the player hands by 4 instead of 3. By building those, the player has to spend a gold. The next cards are the price and production card, indicated by the top price and production. Last but not least, we have all the money, the currency to be used in the game, starting from 1, 5, 10, 20 and 100. There are a total of 5 actions in this game. The first actions that the player can pick is price and productions, basically playing a price and production card from their hand. The price production has 2 parts. The pricing part is a blue one and the production is a red one. For the pricing part, it tells the player which commodity will increase the price if the player plays this card. So in this case, we wheat and wine. For production, it indicates that all the commodities that the players can gain in this turn, but the player has to pick 3 out of 5 at the beginning of the game. So in this case, the player can pick 2 charcoal and 1 wine. The second action that a player can do is selling commodity. Selling commodity will help player gain gold to perform other actions in the game. When selling commodity, the player can only sell exactly one type of unit. They will gain the money based on the amount of unit they decided to sell, multiplied with the current price of that commodity. So in this case, I have 4 wheat, and the current price of my wheat is $7 per wheat. So if I decide to sell all my 4 wheat, I will gain 7 multiplied by 4, which is $28. And because I sell 4 wheat, so the wheat price will be decreased by 4 levels, which bring the new price for the wheat down to $3 instead of 7. Another action that a player can perform is auctioning the railroad card. There will be only 2 railroad cards for the players to auction. Everyone will take turn to auction the card, and the winner will take the card. If the active player doesn't win the card, then he or she can have an extra other action to perform. Another action that a player can perform is purchasing town card. Town card is a type of card that gives the player extra bonus victory points at the end of the game. The player purchases a town card by spending the appropriate specific amount of commodity. Otherwise, the player can spend any commodity as long as it matches the amount. The railroad card and the town card together can give a player extra combination for extra victory points as well. The last actions that a player can perform is purchasing factories or building cards. This building a factory gives the player permanent effect throughout the games. And unlike the town card, the player have to spend money to have these factories. Some factory buildings only have one side, while the other have two-sided. Why? Because after you buy the first side, you can rebuy it again to upgrade it to the second side, which will give you more powerful power. The play will continue around the table until the last town card is purchased or the last railroad card is auctioned. When either of these occurs, the player will finish the current round until all the players have not yet taken their turn have done so. Then the game ends. Player will start counting victory points based on the town cards, the railroad cards, the building they own, and every town plus railroad pair owned by the player. The player with the most victory points at the end of the game is the winner, and also the top dog of Astoria. What do I think about this game? Well, this is a very light to medium economic games, and this is a very good gateway games for people who are new to board game to step into a little bit more of economic games. There are so many mechanics in this game, such as auctioning, set collecting, building purchase, and especially the best part of the game is of course the commodity speculations, where the players have to know when they want to sell the commodity to gain the most money. Like listen to Warren Buffett, you have to buy low and you sell high. Another thing that I like about the game is the graphic. The illustrations are very cute and eye attractive. You have like multiple card and illustrations for different tycoon, Sly Fox, Tycoon, Top Dog, and they're all very unique. The rulebooks are also easy to read and easy to follow through as well. And about the components, yes, this is one of the few economic games that they don't use the chip, but they use the paper, the plastic paper, as the money, which is also a good thing. The only thing that I don't like about this, there's a few things I don't like about this game. First is the tree organizer, which is pretty bad if you want to sleeve your card, then it will not fit if you put any sleeve in here. Or the second thing is for the organizer, when you want to organize your token, they don't have any space. You just have to dump everything right here, which is very messy. Last but not least is the endgame conditions. The endgame condition is a little bit off because it will make people either to go forward for two strategy, either they try to finish to keep buying more town deck, or they finish up the railroad. However, in the end, this is still such a good game for family, especially for people for casual gaming group. Okay, it's easy to play and the illustration is very nice and cute as well. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoy your stay in Astoria.